This is Movies, a podcast about the act of cinema. And with me today, talking about horror, talking about the spookiest holiday of all, Halloween, is Hans. Hans, you're very excited about this new Marvel short film, feature-length short film, 55 minutes. It's very Cisco-esque,
Yeah,
Werewolf by Night.
yeah, I'm very excited by the 20 minutes that I saw. They're very promising. At least they were doing practical effects. I give them credit for that. But
I do think that
uh,
you have become the best film reviewer who only watches 25 minutes of a movie and then writes a review. You know, you also did this with, what was it, Prey or one of
Prey,
those movies?
yeah, I
Yeah.
still haven't gone back to that. Mostly because everything I've heard doesn't make me want to go back to it. Uh, I did watch the full Hellraiser though, and I know you were a big fan of that. So the topic for this episode, what is it? Streaming horror?
Well, there's been a lot of movies released, especially in like the last 2 months, I want to say. Many have gone to Hulu. These horror movies that have gone direct to streaming and have garnered critical praise. They're all at 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, certified fresh. How could you even fathom that in 1985? You know, you watch Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child, and you're thinking, this is a big old piece of shit. Then you go to your favorite critic and they're saying, this is the best film of the year. That's the kind of environment we're living in right now. And I think it has a lot to do with this sort of YouTuber soy brain that exists, where not to poke fun of our friend of the show, Chris Stuckman, but if a lot of people start repeating, "Hey, this horror movie's a good movie," it's actually a very smart movie, and that just becomes
Yeah.
the expectation and the norm. There's suddenly like you're looking for the intelligence where there may not be any, and you want to make sense of something in a way that's greater than just, hey, this is a hack and slash movie. Which, even though I was unkind to the first Terrifier film in my very brief review on Twitter, I said it was amateur minus the killing. The killing in that movie um, was very good, was very impressive, actually. Everything else I was not a fan of. The color grading I didn't like. I
Yep.
don't like the color grading on my webcam either. It's kind of like this, very spooky, very green. Actually, you
Yeah.
know what was Takeout, which I'll be covering for Jermoby's show tomorrow night. Takeout by Sean Baker and the Chinese woman he was putting his penis in during that time.
Yeah, I agree with Terrifier. I remember when that came out, I saw the short film first,
Mhm.
and I was like, all right, cool. So we have another attempt at a horror icon, and the character looks cool. He's got a cool face.
Do you think it's worked? Do you think it's aside from Jigsaw? Do you think that has worked at all? Because I know that Adam Green, and I like Adam Green, or I mean, I don't know what he's directed lately, but I would watch Adam Green's films about 15 years ago and enjoyed them. He did
Yeah.
Victor Crowley through those Hatchet films, and that was kind of, but I don't think anyone is really familiar with the name Victor Crowley like a Jigsaw. You
No.
know, people have tried to do a new slasher icon, new slasher villain. It hasn't really taken though. But people are talking about this Terrifier 2 movie, which is like the length of a Michael Cimino film for some
Oh, is it?
reason. Yeah, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, I believe, or 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is crazy for a slasher movie. It would be crazy if someone released a horror movie that was 3 hours and 27 minutes, But that's that's Terrifier 2, and it seems to be another one of these critically well-received movies. 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, 100%, 150% on Rotten Tomatoes, 391% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, 2 hours 20. That seems a bit extensive for
It's the
a
Heaven's
movie.
Gate of horror movies released this year.
I'm probably going to watch it because I've read that it has very creative kills. So if it's like the first one where I wasn't a huge fan, honestly, I enjoyed the short film a lot more than what it ended up becoming. But like you said, some of the kills are cool. So I I, I was looking forward to watching it. Now that it's 2:20, I don't know how I feel about that anymore. This is a bit of a commitment to watch a movie where it's just a killer clown for that long.
Well, a lot of people complained about the fact that the first Terrifier movie didn't really have much of a story or plot or characters that were of substance. And the director slash writer slash dude who does all the special
Yeah.
effects, um, decided to listen to that, and that is the result. Is a 2 hour and 20-minute film. I'm curious. I'll check it out. I think it would be kind of cool to see in the theater, but I'm not going to go to the theater to see that. No offense. I'm going to wait until it hits streaming, just because I'm assuming I'm not going to like it. But again, like I said, the kill that was in Terrifier 1 did impress me. I thought that looked pretty legit. I thought it was very well executed, pun intended. But we're talking about a number of films tonight. Werewolf by Night, your favorite movie of 2022, I think you said. You've really been enjoying these Marvel
Oh
pictures.
yeah, huge Marvel fan. We're here. Huge Marvel streaming content fan. Everything they put out has been shaping my taste in movies. So
You know
it's
what I
great.
saw someone say? Someone said Lon Chaney would be proud.
Yeah, because I have bad hair. That's what I have in common with him. Oh, you mean I thought you meant the someone made a comment about me looking like Peter Lorre. I just realized that
No, it's
it's
very
not Lon
different.
Chaney. Yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Um,
someone did say that as well. Oh, damn, we got a new $20 patron, Sean Edwards. Guess what? You just got a shout out for
nice.
donating. No, it's not a donation; it's a service for
Yeah.
giving $20 to the program. Thank you, Sean Edwards. Actually, we just got two patrons in the last 30 minutes, which is
Weird.
great. Keep it coming. This is actually a telethon now. All right, so what do we got for horror movies? Well, first of all, I think we should talk about this Jeffrey Dahmer Ryan Murphy show because you watched it, I watched it. Seems like everybody watched it, and it hit Netflix at the same time as Blonde, and it kind of became like an event week of controversial um, streaming products. So you had
Yeah.
the Dahmer series, which feels like two different series that were violently forced together.
Yeah.
And then you had Blonde, which we've talked about at length now. We had Blauergeist on the last show. We got criticized for being toxic film bros, even though the people who said that agreed with us that, yes, Blonde is great. It's probably going to be in the Criterion Collection in a couple of years. Um, but
How are
they,
we toxic film bros by appreciating a film without having any feelings towards the person that's supposed to be? I don't get that criticism. I didn't get the criticism of the movie either. So
mm,
I guess fuck them. Who cares? I saw that there was a couple of comments where they were shitting on me first because I called her a whore, and they were like, "Oh, she was not a whore. How dare you?" It's like she was a whore.
yeah,
she,
she was just whoring it out.
she or at least she wouldn't have had a career if she wasn't willing to play the game. Let's say.
Yeah.
And then there was another one. It was like respect Marilyn and respect JFK because they deserve respect in death or whatever. And it's like, no, they don't. Fuck both of them. Who cares? Really, I don't understand the worshiping dead celebrities thing. Where, like, I don't know. I just again disconnect yourself from your feelings towards the person that's portraying on the screen and just watch it for what it is, which is a movie, not
Yeah.
a retelling of their diary. And how dare them, um
On the flip
can we
side, we
yeah.
got a very sympathetic portrait of Jeffrey Dahmer. I was thinking, damn, Jeffrey Dahmer is pretty funny and cool. I love Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, wow. And then they really put in their best effort to make those victims of Jeffrey Dahmer seem absolutely like Marilyn Monroe, angelic whores. That
Yeah.
was all Dahmer's victims. They weren't like junkies hanging out in the club getting
No.
fucked, and no, they were just like good guys who were going out, and it was like Bros. It was like Bros,
They
the
were,
Billy Eichner film, another horror movie this year.
yeah. Or they were just gay, kind of gay, but like not really that gay in the club. They're just like giving each other eyes and just, hey, you want to go back to my place type of thing. uh I think the actor whose name is slipping right now, Peters, Evan Peters, I think he's good. I think Ryan Murphy owes his career to him
Mm,
1000% because he always seems to be the best part of those very mediocre American Horror Stories series that he's put out.
yeah.
And this just feels like American Horror Story with Dahmer in it
Hmm.
because it suffers from the same thing that all of those series suffer from, which is they start pretty good and then seems like they don't know where to go with it, and then it ends up somewhere that if you're paying attention to the early episodes makes no sense.
Yeah.
And that happens to the series too. That Niecy, what's her name? Niecy
Niecy Nash, which
Nash.
everybody, if you take a look at a certain part of Twitter, everyone was saying, "Oh, she's terrific, she's great," and she's fine. But every single episode, she has a point to prove, and she,
Uh,
it's all about like, well, if the police didn't get in the way, then we could have done something about this. We could have stopped this, and it really does feel like there are two souls inside of this show, and one is like a really great 6 episode, 5 episode series, and then the rest are all, well, I guess we got to do this thing. We got to make sure that the victims look pretty good. We have
right.
to make sure that there's like a voice of reason in the show who's like definitely right all the time. And that's the Glenda character, where she has to be right about something once an episode. And she's going around and complaining about, oh, we need to build a park dedicated to the victims. And it's just like, fuck
She's
you. Who
yeah.
cares? She's telling me, oh, I was there. They were murdered just 10 feet away from me. It's like, I don't fucking care. Shut up, bitch. Get the fuck
Th-
out of my office.
that's
I
something that
gotta I gotta sell real estate later today. What are you bothering me for? I don't live there.
something that I noticed on every time she popped up. It was for her to say, I told them, you know what? I called the police and they didn't do anything on everything. Everywhere
Hmm.
she would show up, she would just be like, yeah, and you know what? I was there and I told them first. It's like, who
I
cares?
was
Like,
there.
how do you make this character, or how do you decide that this is the character that you're going to try to make look good, but at the same time you make her the most annoying character of them all because she
And
wouldn't
nobody's saying that. Nobody has said that either who has watched the show. She is one of those people where it's like, a mass shooting happens or there's a terror attack, and then somebody's like, I almost went there that
yeah.
day. And that's
It's
just all they say whenever it comes up is, I almost went to the supermarket that day. I was this close, and then I just decided to go to Stop and Shop instead.
Yeah. Is the Mark Wahlberg that would have stopped the terrorists if it wasn't a plane thing?
Yeah.
Uh yeah, she was very annoying the whole time. And even when you have a couple of tense scenes there where Dahmer is like, eat the fucking sandwich or whatever he says, uh I don't know. It never feels like she's ever threatened or in danger. The whole time she's just in her apartment, listening to what's happening in the other room and just being like, oh no.
Yep.
And that's who we're rooting
That's the
for. And that's
hero.
the hero of the story. It also felt like that last episode, like they didn't know what to do because there was no story left. You killed
Mhm.
Dahmer already. And I thought it was going to be over with that episode when they killed him. And then, oh, there's one more. And it's just this character going around telling people that, you know, the police should have listened to her. And then there's that thing where, the cops are getting an award for what they did to catch Dahmer, even though it's the same couple of cops that let that little Chinese boy back with him. And then she gets an award, but you know what? The crowd is smaller because it's in a smaller room. And you know what? No one's seeing how much of a hero she is. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, who needs this? If you're going to, like, to begin with, you're dealing with a controversial topic because you're telling the story of this monster and why he became a monster, right? So
Mm.
starting there, you don't need a hero. You don't need the good person or the one that you need to show in a good light to counteract the horrors that this character was doing. No, you're doing a character story on a monster, so just show him as a monster. We don't need someone good or someone that was always right or someone that should have been listened to, because then they just become what this character was, which is just annoying. And it's just like, I don't need you to be on screen, just fucking leave. Who cares? Let's go back to the focus of the story, which should have been the monster, right?
Right.
But I guess I don't know if you can do that in modern day media where this is the monster and that's who he was and deal with it.
Well, I think they do that a little bit. The fact that they don't make him this black and white, sort of just irredeemable character, that he has his charming moments or he has his like
He loves
his
his dad.
moments. Yeah, his family moments are like, oh yeah, it's wholesome or whatever. Or
Yeah.
like he's making jokes in the prison
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
about his fans and stuff. And I was like, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
And I do think that even though I thought that my friend Dahmer was a better adaptation of life, or just whatever. I thought that Evan Peters uh, um, acting as Dahmer was probably the best that I've seen. And Jeremy
Yeah,
Renner, I guess, was fine. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen that
never seen
Dahmer
it.
movie from 2000 or 2002. I remember it being all right. And then My Friend Dahmer came out in 2017 or 2018, and that was quite a good film. I think that's superior overall to this Dahmer monster series on Netflix. But this was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed getting through it for the most part, even if, there were those very obvious uh, mandates that were in place
Mm.
that seemingly came from Netflix. That it's really a hallmark of all of Ryan Murphy's properties, since he chooses to work with these big conglomerates and they can't get enough of his work. But it also just seems like maybe there's like a guilty liberal part of him too, where he's the one embellishing those and just going along with it. I don't know. If you check out the assassination of Gianni Versace, the second season of American Crime Story, there's none of that in there. There's not really a whole lot of the woke shit in the OJ one, listen, that was a big thing as the trial was going, but it wasn't quite in the same dialogue that is expressed today. So you're going to find a little bit of that, but it's not as clean. It's not as black and white as what it might be had it been made in 2020 or after 2020.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I enjoyed this Dahmer series quite a bit. What else have you seen on streaming lately? There have been a lot of horror movies that got dropped onto Hulu that Disney just happens to have the rights to. Hellraiser was the big one that came out this
Can
week,
we
and I,
can we talk about that?
yeah,
Because I like to start by saying I've never seen the original. I've never seen any of those movies. The premise just has never appealed to me. I don't know, a puzzle that where horny monsters come and scare you, and then you become one of them.
no, not
I
exactly.
it,
Well,
it
here's the thing. And look, I'm not the Hellraiser expert by any means, and I didn't even for a long time I didn't even like the first movie. I did buy it on Blu-ray. I gave it a second chance, and I kind of was able to appreciate some things about it. But for the most
mm,
part, Hellraiser's not my cup of tea.
yeah.
I've seen that one, and I've seen the second one. I haven't seen any of the ones after that. The series has never really interested me, and the aesthetics of the series, especially as it went on, I always thought were just not the gore and the blood. The aesthetics were just
Yeah.
gross because it was always like a murky brownish color or
Yeah.
dark like black green and not appealing, not um, visually appetizing to me. So I avoided a lot of those, and I know that they tried to reboot it a couple of times, or they did
Mm,
like soft sequels with a new Pinhead and things like that. And David Gordon Green is working on a reboot right now, I think for HBO Max. I think they're putting out a Hellraiser TV show. So they're doing. It's so confusing how these rights get so spread out, like the Resident Evil thing.
yeah.
Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City comes out in November, I believe it was, 2021. And then the Netflix series comes out 7 months after, 8 months after. That seems to be the case of what's happening with this Hellraiser debacle. So Clive
Yeah.
Barker is like a gay BDSM guy. He's an author. He wrote The Hellbound Heart, and then he directed. He's one of the few authors to then direct their work. The movie Hellraiser, and I think it's all right. I think for a horror movie, it's okay, but it's not a favorite of mine. I don't know if it's a classic, really. And this isn't really a remake of it so much as it is just a reboot of the property.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because since I haven't seen it, I just have an idea of what it is from what I've read and seen people say. But is it like a horny movie? Is it like
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
but like a horny like 80s movie, right? So because around that time, I feel like most horror movies had a little bit of horny in them.
Hmm.
That was just what they were. But for whatever reason, this one has always seemed to me like that aspect is a big part of the movie. And again,
Kind
I
of.
haven't. Okay, then why did they take that completely away from this movie? Why was
I'll
that
tell
not a
you why.
factor at all? Because I was expecting some uncomfortable horniness, and it was bland and just boring.
That is because if there is, and this is the same reason why, and I probably said this on the show where we were talking about the monsters. I don't know if I said it on the episode we actually did cover Blonde. I think a lot of the problem with Blonde and the criticism that it's been getting is that the sex scenes aren't pussy eating. If you're eating pussy, then it's an acceptable sex scene. Anything other than that, and it looks misogynistic in the eyes of it's exploitative. So if Marilyn Manson's getting railed out by two dudes,
Marilyn
that's
Manson.
exploit. Yeah,
Hey, you
yeah,
did the
hey,
same
yeah, I
thing I
did.
did.
Whoops. I've, I'm sure that's happened too. If
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe's been railed out by two guys, that's exploitative.
Right.
Well, if she's getting her boxy, and that's not, because then she's in power.
Yeah.
Or if you're selling the sex, that's power.
Mm.
That's our. You see, we're turning the tables on these fellas who think they can just take and
Yeah.
pick whatever they like. But so that is completely eliminated, and you have like one sex scene, and the girl's like, "What do you mean you love me?
Yeah.
Ew. I just like to fuck. I just like to be and not take showers and wear a big t-shirt and fuck."
Yeah. Yeah, and then you have the scene with the boyfriends just
Mm-hmm.
cuddling shirtless, and that's it. And
It's a
what?
slasher movie, and it wasn't supposed to be a slasher. Hellraiser was never supposed to be. I Know What You Did Last Summer,
Yeah.
which is kind of what this movie is. I'll tell you what, though, I didn't mind the Cenobites. Those are the hell monsters that come up. I thought they
Yeah.
looked good enough, but
Did they ever feel threatening to you though? Because
no,
they didn't seem like they were, how can I say this? Their skin looked like it was latex. No, not latex. Yeah, like latex or like plastic. What am I thinking of? It's not latex. You know those fuck, I don't even know how to explain it, but it just seemed plastic. It didn't look
Mhm.
like flesh. So whenever they showed up, or whenever they would appear, it wasn't scary. It just looked
Right.
like someone in a costume. And I thought that one of the main things about the main movies that, or the first movies, that those monsters are supposed to be gross and scary, right? That did.
Yeah, yeah, but they didn't really lean into that too much either. Um, not
They
at least like the original film.
they tried in a couple of scenes, like when the very dark one like opens up his hands and goes,
Mhm.
ugh. And that was the scary, I guess. I was very bored watching this, and I was very confused as to why remake a movie that is known for those elements that we just mentioned into something that's not that at all, and instead it's, like you said, kind of a slasher movie, kind of I'm trying to be smarter than what I actually am, and then at the bottom is just a very dumb movie that's kind of boring and not visually appealing at all. uh I didn't really like the cinematography at all, and
No, it was very flat. I'm finding that to be the case with most of these Hulu horror movies, just like Fresh and even Prey. And there's one I'm forgetting, No Exit. They were all
mm,
very flat and felt like television movies,
yeah.
just like television movies with a decent budget. And if I mean, I couldn't believe, I was watching some reliable film critics, and I think the only one who said no, this isn't good is James Hancock of Wrong Reel. They all said this is great and the kills are traumatic and this and that. I was just like, why do you what is it because it's Disney? You're just like liking it more? Is that it? Is there something to that? I know that they did some like press screenings or whatever in advance as well. So maybe they're just hyped
Mm.
up on that. Maybe it was a different experience in the theater, but I can't imagine that being the case. It just looked so dull. It was so boring. It felt, I said this in my review. It was just like if you funneled Hellraiser through the CW. And
Yeah.
that's like a go-to easy comparison to draw that we do on this show. And frequently, just in general, to say, oh, this is like the CW version or something. But it does, I think, encapsulate so many of the problems with that in a way that's easy to understand. Now, do you see that we have a special guest hanging out in the waiting room right now?
Oh, is Kenny there?
I don't know. It says black man entered the waiting room. Do you think he's
Oh,
seen any
oh
horror
no!
movies?
Run away. I'm sure he's got horror stories to tell. I don't know if it's related to the to the movie or not, but
Well,
I'm
let's just say hi to Kenny. We'll see what he's up to, and then if he's
okay.
making too much noise, the call will drop.
Hello, black
Oh,
man.
hi, Kenny. How's it go? Your audio's I
Your
can't hear
audio's
you.
connecting.
They were off to a great start. Kenny, your audio is still connecting. We cannot hear you. Well, you should, you can hold the phone this way, you know.
No, I hold the phone any way I want to. Anyway, where's Lex Luthor at? Where?
Oh, is that me? Oh, he left. That's all he wanted to say. Oh, I thought you just
Why did
call
you
me
think
Lex
I left?
Luthor and leave.
Why? No, not at all. I'm here to start shit, bro. Not
Oh,
really, but
Happy Halloween, Kenny. What are you eating? Halloween candies?
no,
Candy corn?
I'm actually eating Subway.
Oh, I thought you were eating dry macaroni.
No, it's a buff. They switched up their menu. Well, I got buffalo chicken in there now, and it's not. It's just like buffalo sauce.
That's great, Kenny. Hey, you muted yourself as you were eating. Buffalo, what makes me think about buffalo sauce is the color orange, and that is one of the primary spooky Halloween colors is orange. That's my lighting right now is green and orange, like the Riddler. We're just talking about Hellraiser. Kenny, have you ever seen Hellraiser?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. Like, I don't know. As of late, I'm not like a full movie watcher guy. I'm more of like
hey, me too.
watch snippets here and there.
Which way?
Watch Neopets?
I said snippets.
Oh, I got
Oh.
you. All right.
He
Yeah,
watches
you know
movies on
what's not
TikTok. That's how Kenny
Oh hell no,
his
bro!
films.
No thank you. I don't need China looking at my shit, bro. Cause they'd be like, "Oh my god, you do fucked up."
Wow, that's racist, Kenny.
Kenny, remember when you were when you told me that no offense, but that I kind of look Chinese, and you thought that I was gonna get very
I
offended.
honestly thought like you was mixed with it, bro. Like I'm
I
sorry.
am. That's the that's the point. That you were like, no offense, sorry, and it's like, no, I'm actually, a little Asian.
Yeah.
Like I didn't mean no disrespect by it, but like just in case you weren't, because like I know, like bro, you tell a Cuban he might be you thought he was Puerto Rican, he'll get mad upset. So imagine if you say something that's not even like near close.
What, like I'm African?
That or like or like you want to say you're white, bro. I mean you could pass as a white guy. Probably. Yeah, you could pass as a white guy.
I've done all right so far until I
So
open my mouth.
Have we found a way to get you into the States yet, bro?
No, for what?
What do you mean? So you can live here like an American? I'm just playing.
Well, Kenny, we're talking about horror movies on tonight's show. Now, have you seen any of these big horror movies that have dropped on any of the streaming platforms?
Like Halloween and all that jazz. Did they drop Halloween yet?
No, that's going to be. So we're recording this on the 12th. Halloween, I believe, comes out in theaters. Is it tomorrow? And then it hits Peacock on the 14th?
That is so fucking crazy how quick that goes.
By the way, do you guys want to be spoiled on that new Halloween movie? Because I read a full detailed synopsis from someone who has seen it in a test screening, and I can't believe that this. I mean, it's just the same old mistake. Listen, if you don't want to be spoiled about Halloween Ends, real quick, hop off here. Yes, just hit the 30-second skip button a couple of times, and you'll be all right. They're making the same mistake that so many of these franchises have made, and I can't imagine why you would do this for the last one.
Did they revamp Michael Myers or something?
That's exactly what they're doing. That's Kenny actually was correct there. They're doing a new Michael Myers, and his name is like
no,
Cooley or something.
You fucked up, bro. This is why I drink, because people want to fuck shit up and make everything all new and stuff, and you're just gonna like, why break something that wasn't broken in the first place?
Well, it's
So
because I guess Michael Myers is going to be living in the sewer and old, and now he's going to be like a real person, unlike the last movie where he's just fucking
bro,
superhuman.
Beaten up.
I thought that was his thing. He was superhuman, right? Like,
I
It
guess.
was. It
Yeah.
was. He used to be.
Till was it Anthony Michael Hall came along.
Yeah. He
like
kicked
what
his
the
Yeah, I
fuck
think
ass.
is
it's
wrong? Stop changing shit, people.
Wait,
Like,
so
what?
so now so just a
You
regular
see,
guy that just goes, hey, the mask falls on his hand and then he puts it on and becomes Michael.
Yep.
God.
Yep.
why
That's
not have
right.
Jim Carrey jump in on this? He knows all about that shit, bro. I'm
Uh,
pretty sure he'd make a bomb ass killer too.
Well,
Who?
who?
Jim Carrey, The Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Riddler.
yeah. That's the best way to go with that. He wouldn't even need to wear a mask. His face is so dried out and withered now. It's fucking disgusting.
All right,
Yeah.
bro.
So this Halloween movie is gonna really, I think, drop the ball as far as, and I don't. Maybe it's just a situation where they started thinking too much because of the COVID delay, where filming got put off a year or two. You know, Halloween Kills was shot, I think, in 2019, the year right after they did the reboot sequel, and that was obviously critically well received. Then they decided we're going to do something different, but they already had the two movies greenlit, and they were going to be back to back. It was going to be 2019 shooting and then 2020 shooting, and that didn't happen. Everything got shut down. So then they started filming earlier this year, and now we have this movie.
Oh Jesus.
And it might be a response to Halloween Kills receiving that mixed feedback because people were confused by the vibe of it, didn't really like it, but it was a massive success.
What was I'm curious, what was your guys' feedback? Because I'm just hearing about this right now. Halloween Kills. I feel like I've been under
Hans,
the
you did not like Halloween Kills,
No.
at least at first, and I thought it
But,
was
yeah.
excellent.
I, after rewatching it with a different mindset of whatever, who cares?
Mhm.
I ended up enjoying it a lot more just because of how, like you said, so much different from the first one. It felt like they were trying to do their own thing. So it's very disappointing that they didn't continue with that. And now they and if this is true, they ended up with a new Michael. I guess this trilogy is not going to be the end of it. They're just going to continue milking it until it stops making money like the original series. And that sucks.
You know what? Like, I don't even want to be that dude, but like, I would not be surprised if at some point the movie started to die down, and the dude that, like, this is the first time and last time I'll admit I watched TikTok. There was this one video.
Kenny, you just said you don't watch TikTok, and then you said something
know.
racist about Chinese people to explain why.
Oh no, like it's not even that, bro. It's like I was like on Facebook, so it's technically on Facebook through TikTok, because people can't fucking come up with their own content, so they just copy and paste it onto the next shit. But
Okay.
it was just basically like Michael Myers talking about how like he does his. It was like one of those stupid ass TikTok videos where it's just like, I'm Michael Myers. I do my shit. I get my shit done, and then he's working in the gym and like fucking like I don't even know. I feel like that dude's gonna make more money than the fucking franchise at some point.
In a black Michael Myers?
You think? Hold on.
No, white
There's a
Michael Myers.
There's a guy who works out in a Michael Myers mask, and you're saying that's going to make more money than Halloween
mean,
Ends.
He basically on the running right now. Like you got a TikTok and you know what to do.
So I asked you, Kenny, if you watch any horror movies on streaming. You said you watched a TikTok of a man working out in a Michael Myers mask.
It wasn't like I watched it. I was watching other stuff before I ran into that one. That's how it works nowadays, bro. You just swipe up if you don't like the shit, and then boom. That's the real horror nowadays. You don't pay attention to shit.
Well, what else do we have on the slate here as we look at Kenny's ceiling? Are those grease stains on the fan?
That's not even a fan. What do you see a fan at? That's a speaker, bro.
Oh, so
Where you have a
you can
speaker?
play some tunes. Well, you could play us through there.
I mean, I could if I got a Bluetooth set up, but I don't at the current moment.
See, this is what people are missing out on when they don't sign up for the patreon.com/LowRes $5 tier, is you don't get to see the inside of Kenny's new abode.
Yeah. Is that where you hear the director of the prison tell you to go to bed? Is that
No, I really don't even hear anybody tell me to
lights
go to bed. I've been looking
lights
out the
out?
window. I want to turn off the. I want to turn off the light really quick just to see what I can find outside because there'd be some weird ass shit out here, bro. Like it's a weird ass neighborhood in general.
I have no doubt. Well, that sounds like a great time, Kenny. We're just gonna mute you until you're done doing that, I guess, just so we don't have any obstructive noises on the program. But we will be watching your cam. This is a lot like Halloween Resurrection, you know. So anyway, Hellraiser was terrible. What
Yeah.
else? What else has been out? Prey.
Do you like Fresh?
I thought it was all right. I thought Fresh wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be, although it fell into all the same
Yeah.
pitfalls that you would expect that movie to. And it was. I thought most of the movie was decent. I'll say that. I think there's problems toward the end.
Yeah. Falls apart a little bit at the end.
Mhm.
Uh,
But not the worst offender as far as horror movies go. I probably like that the most out of anything that I've watched that dropped direct to streaming.
what else has? I don't think I've seen anything else. Did you see Bad Hair?
No, I don't even know what that
Watch
is.
it. Don't you remember that trailer where there's like a black lady that has a weave and then the weave is evil?
No, I think Kate's
No?
trying to show us a pizza box right
No.
now.
Oh, bet I can unmute myself, bro. I'm gonna be dead ass. No, visual horror is basically dying because everybody's seeing like what the world has to offer nowadays.
Oh, damn.
Tell me I'm
So-
lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
Well, what do you think is going to take his place?
Like honestly, we just need stuff that'll just like sit there in our
Fox
subconscious.
News is the new horror.
I mean, yeah, we could do that, but like I'm saying, I'm talking about like stuff that sits there in your subconscious and it's just like.
Kenny, have you been listening to like 1930s radio dramas recently? Is that why you think that visual horror is dying? Like Orson
I mean,
Welles' War of the
like
Worlds?
bro, unless we could see like legit. Have we seen yet people like shoot kids in a movie? Nope. And I'm not trying to be that dude, but nope.
That happened in Dawn of the Dead. I just rewatched I've never seen the Argento cut of Dawn of the Dead from 1978, and someone uploaded the entire thing onto YouTube, which is great because if you try to buy that movie anywhere, it's always like $80. It's always been difficult to own a physical copy of Dawn of the Dead, the 70s version. And Ken Foree shoots two kids in that movie, so.
I mean, that was probably it, but like as of recently, I don't see no.
Yeah, Run,
Like, I'm
Hide,
not saying-
Fight with
I'm
the
not saying
Joker.
that-
The Joker
I'm-
shoots a bunch of kids in the school.
I'm not saying like that's the way to go, just like murder a bunch of kids, but like. That's
Damn, that would be so cool if Joker 3 was a school shooting movie.
He said that. What the fuck?
It's a musical because he's just singing as he murders children.
That would be good.
Do you have a school in mind?
No, we're not gonna name specific schools to shoot, Kenny.
No.
Listen, what scares you, Kenny?
Me?
Yeah.
What scares Kenny Dorcely? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Everything under the fucking sun.
How about sitting in one place with no distractions and just clean audio?
I'm trying to find my lighter so I can like smoke and talk with you guys, but this is another fear. Not having a lighter to smoke and talk with you guys.
Have you ever seen one of those YouTube channels that are like just people smoking over a long period of time?
No, because that's stupid as fuck, bro.
I think it's that gay guys get off to that. They just, Ken, if you just put on a leather jacket and start smoking and just uploaded a video of that every day, you'd have like a big following.
I mean, I'm not. You know me, bro. I don't look for followings. I just come on to do my shit and talk shit. That's all I do.
But you will get money, Kenny. You will open a Patreon and then you say, okay, for $5 extra a month, you can see me in the morning. I'll live stream in the morning when I'm shirtless with a leather vest on, smoking. and you'll make you probably won't even have to work the job that you work at right now because you'll be making so much money out of gay men.
I feel like you guys are telling me to start an OnlyFans as well too.
I mean, look, you wouldn't need to. I mean, you could. I
yeah.
suppose you could. But, I mean, you could keep it very surface PG. It's a lot like hiding the penises in the Little Mermaid animation, you know?
Yeah. You allude to it, but you don't really show it. It's just,
Hey,
You guys are bad. I found
no,
my life though.
that's terrific, Kenny. Look, you're well on your way to your new career. Someone said to me recently, let me just pull this message up in my DMs. This was about you, Kenny. I think it was a active poster on Instagram.
What did they say? Oh gosh, Kenny's such a bad person. He should be burning in hell right now.
No, nobody ever says anything like that.
no.
Oh, the next Is It Kino crossover needs to be Kenny, Florian, Eggy, Mumkey, Hans, and you reviewing one of Rooster Teeth's videos. Someone wanted you, and this is a frequent thing that people throw out there. People want to hear Hans and Florian. Florian's this Austrian guy on Mumkey Jones's podcast, and now people want to hear you with Florian, Kenny.
They're just racist.
I want to see, because like that Rooster Teeth dude sounds familiar.
Well, they're a company. Markiplier, I think, is like the most famous guy to come out of that. Maybe I have this mistake. I don't know my YouTube lore. I'm a man in his 30s, so I don't watch Red vs. Blue or whatever they did.
Yeah,
you know, the Halo TV show that was was made with Unreal Engine or something. So that's what they want. That's what the people want for Is It Kino. By the way, Kino Corner. I'm going to be meeting Kino Corner in a week. How about that?
You're going
that could be a horror movie.
You said it like that.
There's going to be a little get together going on in NYC, the Big Apple. It's going to be Cisco, Kino, Spencer of Rooster Teeth, and Vincent Gallo. Yes.
Cisco from the Thong Song?
No, Kenny. This is Anthony Cisco.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think you've done a show with Cisco before.
With Anthony?
Yes.
I have?
I think so.
I vaguely remember it. If I hurt anybody's feelings, I'm sorry. But
that's all right.
What was I gonna say? I don't even remember.
So is this one of those what was the New York movement that we couldn't explain that we talked about on with the British couple? God damn it, I'm so bad with names.
Low Society.
Yeah. Remember that New York movement of artists? What is it called?
The Dime Square movement?
Yeah. Is that?
It's no. This is like a literal Dime Square thing. This whole event. There's a top secret Vincent Gallo party that's happening in New York City, October 22nd, and I'm going to that. Cisco's going to that. Kino is going to that. But he needs a place to sleep at the moment. Everyone has said no to Kino. You would think that would be the first thing you'd square away before deciding to go to New York and attend this expensive event. He
should take his bus there and try to sleep outside of someone's apartment.
that could be something. And Spencer will be coming through with Mike, who they helped us out with Mass State Lottery, the visual effects and that. So it's going to be a little get together in New York when I get back.
Nice. Are you looking forward to that? Should be fun.
I'm looking for it's my birthday weekend. I'm going to be a little bit older, a little bit wiser.
So are we going to end up seeing Instagram stories about you guys singing karaoke or something?
Fuck no. I'm not singing karaoke. Please. I'm going to the screening. I'm saying hello guys and I'm going home.
No.
I'm probably not even going to that after party. I don't they haven't announced a location. You got to sign an NDA to get in. No phones, no photography, no video allowed. So it's very.
Yeah, so
I'm hoping.
You guys.
What's that?
I said so they don't make fun of you guys. I remember back in the day, you was like, "Hey, let's hit up this karaoke bar. Let's go to do karaoke." And I'm just like, "Why do you want to do karaoke?"
No, I wanted to ply you a drink so you would do karaoke and I could.
I'll do karaoke, bro. You already said. I'll tell you right now, I'll do karaoke. You want to see a horror show? Bam, right there. how horribly good I am at fucking karaoke.
Oh, way to turn it around. Damn,
It's
misdirect. Very M. Night
you need to
Shyamalan.
you need to sign
No, but
an NDA because you're not gonna be able to tell anyone when you all get roofied by Vincent Gallo.
exactly. Yeah, please, bro. They're making you sign what? I was like, they're making what? What's going on? That's some like fucking Bohemian Grove shit, bro. You better
Yeah,
check.
yeah, it is. Well, it's being the panel's being hosted by Alex Lee Moyer, who did TFW No GF and Alex's War, and I'm pretty sure it's all hosted through that like group that Peter Thiel funded a couple of years ago. So I don't know. It's very like hipster, but
If you
modern
see
hipster.
live animals, you better dip ASAP, or else like your soul's already gone.
No, you're gonna see Cisco redoing the Brown Bunny scene that Chloe Sevigny did with
As
Vincent
Chloe,
Gallo.
though, yes.
Yeah. That's what's gonna get his career running, his acting career, which was the opposite for her, right?
Yeah, kind of derailed everything. So that's unfortunate. By the way, I was just thinking because she follows Red Scare, she follows Jack. Jack was just on the Bret Easton Ellis podcast this week. That's a huge comeuppance for Jack the Perfume Nationalist. That's great news. I listened to that, and it was a great episode of the show. People should check that out. I mean, listen, if you haven't subscribed to our Patreon, do that. Fuck Bret Easton Ellis and his podcast. You don't need to pay for that. I'm sure a leak will come out at some point. But that's a good episode of podcasting if you haven't heard it.
Bam, dropped. Microphone, walk away.
Kenny, when do you should come to the Gallo event, Kenny.
I'm not gonna. You don't want me to go to no Gallo event, bro.
You should.
No,
I think it would be great.
With you.
It would, yeah. Kenny, you want to be my +1?
I would do too much, bro, and like everybody would enjoy me, and I'm just sitting here like, why do you guys like me? I'm not that special. And I'm like, why did he bring me? That's the first thing I'm gonna say as soon as I sit down and get a moment to myself and be like, why did this guy bring me? I don't want to be here. I don't even know half of these niggas. And be like, oh, I like you, bro. You're original. And I'm like,
I don't know, Kenny. People might just think you're mentally ill and escort you out.
I'm mental, bro.
Yes,
bro.
Why did he? Bro. If you start screaming, why did he bring me? I don't know anyone here.
No, because I'm gonna point to your ass, bro. I'm like, why? Like what?
I'm gonna say, I don't know this man. Help me, please.
I bet. Cool. Then that gives me more reason to social network connect to fool and be all like, they're gonna be like, I like this guy, and then the moment you say, hey, that's my homeboy, I'm like, I don't know that motherfucker, bro. Get him away from me.
No, you know exactly what would happen. This ironic white man would be like, hell yeah, I love Kenney because he's himself. And he's just going to act. He's gonna act like himself, and we need someone like that around us. And then Kenny's gonna get a acting career out of it, and you know, Vincent Gallo is gonna be his godfather.
I already have, bro. If you want to think about it, Jamie's LowRes is technically the godfather. You can edit that shit. I really don't give a fuck. He's technically because bro, everybody else be all like, all right, how much are you gonna do for like if I come on your movie or something like that? But he'd be like, yo, I need a person to do this for bet, bro. Let's do this, bro. You know how much gas I wasted on this kid? Like,
I paid you for gas the last time we hung out. What are you talking about,
Kenny?
Oh,
yeah, you did. The last time, bro. I'm talking about before that. Before that, bro. But what? And then like
we shot a rando not. Ooh, I should release that. I should. Nah, I have things I got to do. I should hire someone to edit that. We did a Rando Nautica video back in what was it, like January or something, and we went to 3 different locations that it led us to.
What?
It was quite.
Talk about that. That was so like. I was hoping to see something cool too, bro. And I'm just like, all right, Lo, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
we went to fucking.
It kept trying to send us out into the woods at like some house that was just by itself in the woods.
No, no. I declined that all day. I'll be dead ass. I was that typical black guy. I declined it all day.
And then I think one of it, and this is a spoiler for it whenever it comes out. Maybe this will be like an episode of Glue Addict or something. That's just like, hey, remember that?
I thought
Um,
that's what it was for.
maybe it will be. I don't know. I'm thinking about remastering that whole thing and putting it up as one video since it's only like 100 minutes total, probably. We summoned, because you get to input like certain things, like what are you after? Are you after power, mystery? What is it? We put in power, and it took us to the courthouse. It took us to fucking city, the mayor's
I was
office. It's
expecting
like,
some fucking money in a fucking dead man's tomb or something. Give me that's power, bro. Like, give me the dead man's fucking money.
I don't know. Was there anything creepy? I haven't watched the video or any of the
The only,
videos, rather. Was there anything creepy that went on?
the only thing that was sus about it was the fact that like it sent us to that community college where the woods was at, and I'm just like, yeah, if there's a house, I'm not going there, bro. Not
Oh,
at
yeah.
all.
We put in knowledge and it sent us to the community call. It had a real smart ass attitude about it.
Like
And
I was about to bitch slap the fucking phone off his head, but like, bitch, what the
you did
fuck,
have a
man?
bad attitude that day. I feel like I called you out about that. Like, why are you so fucking have such a shitty attitude while we're playing this random Nautica game?
He's
Who,
trying to
me?
find a
Yeah,
body.
you.
I wasn't butthurt. I was just like, bro, we said power, right? What are you thinking when you think of power? You're
Rocket
thinking of
power, squid.
He just drove
yeah.
3 hours to get to Silly Hall. How can you not be upset?
It's not even that, but like okay. Like I hear stories about people geocaching and like they find fucking money, and I'm just like, what? Like I hear people finding money on the sidewalk, and they return it to the police. I'm just like, are you dumb? Like what? I don't get
Well,
if that Nautica thing you found us some money, bro. I would show it real power, bro. Like, and then they'd be like, "Do you want to see power?" And then they just bring them to you or me. Like, this is power right here, bro. This is what we did with that money we
It
found.
would be gruesome money, though. It would have to be
it'd be
inside
covered
of
in
a
blood.
corpse.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
not, bro. The gruesome money is coming from the gruesome hand. As soon as the gruesome hand lets go of the money and decides, hey, if you can find this some One Piece type shit, bro. And I'm not even trying to get all anime and shit, but
Well,
like,
you just referenced One Piece, which is not like the one of the go-to easy animes that you can bring up, like Pokemon or
No,
Yu-Gi-Oh
it's
or
the
Dragon Ball. It's
that easy series that has like 800 episodes that everyone's seen.
yeah.
it's technically it's I don't want to be that dude, but it's technically like almost 1,080
Oh,
now.
oh
Of
wow.
course it is. Thank you.
I'm just saying,
Weeaboo,
but no, that's
Kenny.
not even the point, bro. Like,
Have you
it's
seen all of
giving
it,
you.
Kenny?
Kenny, you've watched them all, haven't you? Do you do subs or dubbed?
I do what is it? Yeah, subtitles all day.
Oh,
That's
that means you're a real fucking nerd.
no, it's just you like the authenticity, bro. You get more authenticity out of the subs than you do the dubs, but that's not the point, bro. We were looking for power that day, and we were probably gonna get some weirdo in his fucking log cabin in the middle of fucking Brockton, just sitting there like, "Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? You guys want to play? Yeah, you want to play? You want
Would
to
you
play
have
now?
played, Kenny?
Huh?
Would you have
No, I
played?
would not. I would have been like, all right, Jay, all right, no, this is all you. Don't walk out. Boom. Have a
Kenny,
good
I thought
day.
you were after power though. If that's
Yeah.
I'm
power.
not. No, no, thank you. Not that type of the same power that the rappers be going for. No, thank you. I'm sad.
Well,
Tell
what's
me,
your favorite? Hey, what's your favorite Halloween special of a TV show? Same question to you, Hans, if you've got one.
Say that again. I was
What is
reading
it?
something.
Do you have a favorite Halloween special of a TV program?
Oh, different strokes when the neighbor.
the bicycle man.
Yeah.
Kenny, remember when we read that script from Different Strokes about the bicycle man?
did we do that,
Yeah, we did that a long time ago.
bro? You
We
actually
did a reading of that script.
Oh, well, I remember reading a couple scripts, but like that sounds vaguely. Yeah, no, I remember. We were on this
No,
weird
he's
ass topic about pedophiles. I think.
Yeah, you're always talking about pedophiles for some
No, that's
reason.
definitely you, Mister. I got a whole script of it,
Okay,
Mister.
Mr. Pedophile. Anyway,
How
what's your
about how? What?
what is your
Really?
favorite Halloween special, Kenny?
You said I'm a how am I a pedophile,
I didn't
bro?
say you
Like
were.
you
I
said, you
asked
just said
why
Mister
you like the
Pedophile.
step-by-step Halloween special more than any other. That's all I'm curious about.
Whoa, nobody even said step by step.
Do you
Like
remember
what?
Step by Step?
I remember step by step, but if anything, I would go with Family Matters. Like what?
Why? What happened on that one?
You tell me what happened on that one.
I don't know. I'm very curious. It seemed like it was always Halloween on that show with Stefan.
What? That was like once in a blue moon, bro.
What? No, he became Stefan like for an entire season one time,
What
because
do
his
you have against
self-esteem was probably
Stefan,
low.
bro? What do you have against Stefan? What did he do to
Because
you?
Jaleel White was clearly insecure about himself for being a nerd on television for several years. And he was like, nah, fuck this. I want to be the cool guy. And that's why they invented Stefan, so he could change his image and try and score with women.
I'm gonna be
I mean,
French. I'm gonna have a French ass name. I'm gonna be cool now. No glasses.
like
Same skinny body. Same
exactly.
everything. Just
It's the same dude with no glasses, but okay, whatever. He just
You know
dresses
what,
better.
though? Listen, that worked.
Isn't he still a
That
nerd
worked
though?
because we all talked about, like, oh, wow, can you believe Stefan was on this episode?
Nobody said that.
I said
Nobody.
that. I was having those conversations around the water cooler back in 1993.
hey, do
Yeah.
you guys remember Jalil's white career when he was not being Urkel?
Jaleel's white career? No, I don't know anything about that.
Where he's
No,
just-
he's on. No, he was just in some movie or some TV show that's like a legit thing. Check out his
Yeah,
IMDb. Let's pull this up right now because
Well,
I feel like he had a legit role on either a CBS show or some movie that came out.
he just I'm pretty sure he just trademarked the strand of weed Urkel.
Yeah, but everybody's doing that. Everybody famous has their own, like
Mm.
the same way that if you listen to any podcast, they'll have their own brand of coffee. There's a
that
third party manufacturer that does all that for them. Oh, he was in
no, Joe
Dreamgirls
Rogan
too.
Joe
he was in-
Rogan does his own weed too, bro.
Of
Like
course he
whatever.
does.
That's not the point though. Purple Urkel. That was out before Jaleel White was even like, hey, I smoke weed, here's my shit. No, it was Purple Urkel, bro.
he was in Hustle.
Yeah, Hustle. Look, Hustle got pretty good reviews as far as like a Netflix movie goes. Adam Sandler's new movie with the Safdies is shooting in January. That's going to be another sports film. Oh, he played Steve
I would love
Urkel
to see
on
him
Scooby
in
Doo.
what? Okay, well, that don't even matter. Anyways, I would love to see Adam Sandler in a horror movie. Just to see like what happens.
That's Hubie Halloween. That's another direct to streaming horror film that people said was good just because they liked Uncut Gems. So dishonest with themselves. I hate when people do that. I was like, oh, I really like such and such person, so they're great in this movie. I'm just gonna be a little more favorable to this other piece of shit, unwatchable, fucking horrible time.
I seen the movie. I wasn't like I don't know. Like I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't watch the whole thing of anything. But like the bits and pieces I seen, it was cool. It was like normal guys selling jewelry to people and doing shady shit at the same
No,
time.
Uncut Gems was good. I'm not saying that was the bad. I'm saying he did Hubie Halloween afterward,
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's
not
what
talking
people
about
also
Hubie
said was good. Hey, listen, what do you think about this whole Scooby Doo controversy? This new,
The,
there's new,
the black Shaggy.
yeah. Nobody really cares about that. It's more that Velma's a bull
Oh, what?
dyke. She's
Oh,
munching on some female ass,
okay, okay.
sucking a tit in the new Scooby Doo cartoon. That's what they're trying to show your kids, Kenny. I wouldn't stand for that.
Yeah.
Bro, my kids watch. No, first off, my son still watches Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and my
That's
kids watch.
next. Minnie Mouse is gonna dump Mickey for Donald Duck's girlfriend soon.
Well, he don't like new episodes. He's content with like that same DVD. So that's not even the point. my kids already, my daughter already knows about TikTok and like,
No,
you,
no.
That's
She's
bro,
not
watching
good.
Michael Myers workout.
bro, yeah, bro, she knows about that too. But like, bro, really, the shit they post on YouTube, and I'm not even talking shit about YouTube or anything, but like, them niggas let people get away with a lot of weird shit, bro. That's why we tried to ban her from her like 3 times, and then
I
her
just
mom was
spent
like,
like 5 minutes looking for Jaleel White on "Don't Touch If You Ain't Prayed," but I think that was Kel, wasn't
That
it?
was Cal Mitchell.
Yeah.
Which,
Well,
by the way, he got like invited to the Emmys or something. There's gonna be a Keenan and Kel reunion now because I guess Kel is on better times than he was formerly. I don't know.
well, hold on, wasn't he doing that whole thing with Nickelodeon and stuff? I thought
Yeah,
he
he's
was
one
doing
of their
something.
main spokespeople for game
Yeah.
shows and stuff. That's his career now.
Oh, well, that's cool. What was he doing before that?
Welfare.
he was doing "Don't Touch If You Ain't Prayed" too. Which is a great
Well,
film that we watched at the Airbnb when we were up there in Boston.
It's
It was
about like a woman being cheated on or something, except when
and
Kel
it's the
shows up.
cheater.
When Kel shows up, it's about him singing and dancing and clapping his
Oh,
hands. And
yeah,
Jesus.
it's
What
the
the
Kel
fuck?
show.
Yeah, of
Uh,
course.
yeah, we run up like $20 on someone's card just watching terrible,
yeah,
terrible
someone
movies. Yeah.
someone left their Amazon Prime logged in at the Airbnb we stayed in. Oh,
You guys you better hope they're not looking for you.
they're not looking for me. They're looking for Jerry. Jerry
Yeah.
probably did it on a prepaid card. This is a great thing about Jerry too. Is I think you brought up Scooby Doo. I was like, oh yeah, we should do Velma season 1. And Jerry's like, you know how Scooby Doo introduced censorship to America?
You know
And then
how Scooby Doo is? I couldn't think of anything.
is he's always been a gay guy. He's always been an allegory for a gay man.
Do you know how Scooby Doo is responsible for the crack epidemic of the 80s? Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so they made Velma an Indian lesbian, and Shaggy's name is just Norval, which was
Oh, yeah.
always his first name, but now he's
Yeah,
Norval instead of
they called
Shaggy.
him Shaggy for a reason. Nobody wants to get called Norval. That's how you get me. Bro, I had a friend named Oris. I don't even know.
Oris?
Oris with
Yeah.
an O,
Like
not
Boris
Forrest.
without the B?
Oris. Or yeah, Oris. I
Like
can't say his last name. 'Cause
orifice.
I'm not down. No, Oris. You just Oris. I guess you want to say orifice, whatever. Just Oris. But no,
That's a
bro.
great story, Kenny.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, like he had the nickname, which everybody knows a kid named Lonnie.
I don't know
Boris?
anybody named Lonnie.
A kid
Okay,
named
well, you don't
Lonnie?
know a lot of
Maybe a
people, so-
60-year-old man called Lonnie, not
No,
a
what do you mean?
kid.
That like, what do you think we're all gonna be as 60-year-old motherfuckers? You might as well just get introduced to the name now and just let it stick with you.
Kenny, I've literally never met anyone named Lonnie in my life.
I know 5 people named Lonnie, and I just met one of them like
Oh,
in the
wow.
past month. Bro, don't do that. And
That's
I'm
because
pretty
you're
sure.
hanging out in Maine.
No, I'm actually in Massachusetts, bro.
Do you
Kenny's
go
a
to like
Mainer now.
a Lonnie reunion with a bunch of
Yeah.
Lonnies and you met 5 of them because there's no more than 5 Lonnies?
It's actually their last
Yeah,
name, but they all get
yes, you-
called their last name. Like the coach on a team will call someone by their last name.
No, I don't know what the other Lonnies were called, but the first one, I'm not even saying his name. I feel like I'd be like setting him up for something. We're
So
not
Kenny,
gonna do
what's like the last good horror movie you've seen?
the last good horror movie I seen.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that Candyman reboot.
Oh, we
I
talked
lost
about
my-
that on this show.
Bro, I'm not gonna, bro, nothing cute. Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's my lack of like life. No, it's not a lack of life, but it's just like, unless you have power, you ain't going nowhere, man. It's just like, all right, whatever, bro. Just watch this shit.
What are you saying here?
Yeah, exactly.
How is this related to
To the
Candyman?
horror movies, bro.
Are you
That's-
lamenting that you don't have like an
Bro,
exciting social life or something just because
the
you watch
ultimate-
Candyman?
No, I said I tried to watch the reboot, but I couldn't even get through it because I just didn't care. That's the lack of empathy or caring in general. That's like the ultimate.
Would you
horror.
say that you're an empath?
No, I really don't give a fuck what people think. or say like or feel. Like fuck that shit.
So
I think
what was your problem with the Candyman movie though?
I watched the original one first, and then like I was just like, bro, what like? It's not like it's Candyman 2. It was just like a remake, wasn't it?
Well, they did 3 Candyman films.
Yeah, but like that's not the point. Like three back in the day, right? So it was like Candyman 1, 2, 3, and then we start up with another one. Is this Star Wars? Like
That's what
like
they do nowadays though. They should have got Jaleel White to play Candyman.
that would
That
have
would
been
have
cool.
that would have been fucking horrifying on Family Matters if he turned into Candyman instead of Stefan. My
What?
God, that's what should have happened for the Halloween episode.
But
I mean,
he's getting stung by bees, so he's just complaining the whole time about how much in pain he is.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Kenny. I didn't mean to
Kenny,
interrupt you.
yeah, go ahead, have your smoke, Kenny.
no, you're good. Flies really piss me off, and there's a movie
Uh-oh.
about flies
Damn,
too.
you got flies in there? It's a lot like Amityville, the Amityville horror.
No, I don't think no, it's not that bad. It's
Hey,
just
Kenny,
one.
I'm just thinking about your new YouTube channel where you're smoking in a leather jacket. You could call it No Filter, and you could have like aviator glasses on. Yeah,
That's a filter.
I know. So it would be ironic.
I think it's the hair that does it. I look mad like I just rolled out of the woods.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna be the
Well,
one.
come on. I know you see that little thing right there. It's just like the little Teletubby signal.
It's very alfalfa of you.
Yeah, Kenny, you could play Alfalfa in the new Our Gang reboot. Should we just remake Our Gang?
Do you really want to do that?
Hans would be Alfalfa though, because that
There
would
you
be an
go.
easy hairpiece.
You just
I
fucking
just
wanted.
need I just like bro, like I just like it's all braided, so it just looks like it just sticks up.
You know what I was
There's not-
reading about is how a lot of the Our Gang kids died in their childhood.
Most of
Like,
them like addicted to drugs.
nah, I mean, Alfalfa had his problems. He got shot because he was like, he stole a dog, and then he tried to return the dog after there was a finder's fee put out, and then the owner was like, "That ain't my dog," and he's like, "Give me the fucking money," and then he got shot. So that's what happened to Alfalfa. But Froggy,
Did you really get robbed by him though?
I don't know. Listen, Froggy died in a car accident as a child. Can you imagine that,
Oh,
Froggy? I think there were like 3 buckwheats who died, and then some guy in the '80s said he was buckwheat, and like Entertainment Tonight did a "Where Are They Now?" and they featured this faker,
Dead.
this phony guy. No, nobody knows what happened to buckwheat. That's the thing. This guy claimed to be buckwheat in the 1980s, and he was like, "Yep, I'm buckwheat," and it turned out he wasn't buckwheat, and it was a big scandal in the '80s.
well, he probably lives a smart one. It was just like, let me live a normal life. Nobody
I don't think
remembers.
so. I think they all died miserably.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's just the nature of being a child actor in the 40s and 30s. I think you're suffering the worst existence imaginable.
Oh, I bet, bro.
You're
I
not seeing a dime either. Your parents are fucking taking
Yeah.
that money and gambling it and smoking it and
I
drinking
would
it
not.
away.
I would sit there and be like, yeah, no, we ain't doing this, dog. Not at all. I couldn't be a child actor.
He's
Definitely
taking the
not.
$20 that you get paid. It's not even that much.
Yeah, you're working 16 hours on an asbestos filled set,
Getting
and your
yelled
parents
at by
fucking
the
spend that
tornado.
money.
What?
Have
That's
you
great.
have you gotten your kids into anything that's going to make money so that you don't have to work, Kenny, yet?
No, I've got my kid into anime and drawing and stuff like that, but
So they can be like a Fiverr.com artist.
I mean, if she want to do that, she could follow in her mom. Well, she could follow in her mom's footsteps, whatever. I don't really give a damn. I got tequila. I don't know. I plan in the next like 5 years to be like somewhat stable, to where like at least I have land and like proper
Land.
working facility land.
Land
You do.
Management Bureau.
You wanna
What do you think I was going for a house, bro? No, thank you.
You just want
Feels
to
like
live
it.
on the lawn.
Yeah.
I live on the lot, my dude. And then like when Halloween rolls around, you want to come around to the haunted house? Bad.
Come
I thought you
around
said
to the
there's no
patch of
house.
grass.
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna.
It's a huge patch
Just-
of grass with a trailer in there. I'll throw another trailer in there so it looks broke down. But like,
Kenny, I think I should introduce you to a friend of ours named Nicholas.
I'm gonna just chase people around my lot, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like fucking the original fucking Michael Myers. What, bro? Michael
Are you saying
Myers.
you're gonna murder people, Kenny?
I'm not murdering people, but they're gonna be all like, "How he get here so quick?" They'll be like, "The next questions." Boo. That's it, and then scare the fuck out of them.
Speaking of lots, are you excited about this new Salem's lot set to arrive in time for Easter?
Is that an appropriate time for it to arrive?
Fuck no, it should have been out like in a week, but I guess there's problems. That David Zaslav is still cutting things left and right. Today they announced, I sent you Hans a little tweet that said he was
They
going to
don't
get rid of
send me
like the
nothing.
diversity division, which is how a lot of HBO horrible fucking shorts and TV series wind up getting on there. But he's also cutting the animation division today, like 70 artists. And what's going on here, Kenny? Why is this the angle?
That's a weird.
This is a very
Pull out
omegle
your-
angle here, Kenny.
I'm sorry, I'm drinking alcohol.
No,
Yeah,
you enjoy yourself. I just don't want to see anything popping out of your pants.
Oh no, you're good. That's
Tequila?
exactly-
You're just gonna straight tequila like that? No lime, no nothing. Just. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Like you got a lie for me? I got a peach. Does that count? Peach don't count.
Do you have a ham sandwich you can follow that up with? Nice.
Oh,
Attaboy.
Why would I do
Taking-
that?
That's what they used to
Okay.
give the Our Gang kids when they had a sore throat on the set.
I bet.
When they couldn't remember their lines, they just give them one of those, pep them up.
the slap.
Oh yeah, my bad. To pep them up for after.
Exactly.
After rehearsals.
Kenny, did you see that new Prey movie, the Predator prequel?
No, but you know what? I want to see Smile.
Yeah, that's another one too that people are saying is good, and I'm very skeptical of that, is the Smile movie.
Like I'm interested because it's just like straight human, like there's no supernatural humans being human.
I don't think so. Yeah. Have you ever seen It Follows, where it's like a sexually transmitted disease, and you have to get rid of it by fucking people? There's like you get haunted until you fuck someone,
And then they have to fuck someone.
and then they have to go and fuck someone, and they got to keep passing it on more and more and more.
Like I get the concept, but like what? Like okay, so like you have the disease, and then you bust your stuff, and then it goes into them.
Right,
What
they
if-
get
what-
haunted then, and they have to
what
go
if it's
fuck
a-
someone different to pass it
What
on.
if it's a girl that doesn't do that though?
Well, she's
Or-
gonna
or a
die.
guy
She
that
gets
doesn't do
killed,
that? Oh damn, that's
and then it comes back to you, who fucked her.
oh, that's not even fair, bro. Because you already got rid of it. That's not fair.
Well,
That
it's
is
got to go
not-
somewhere.
No, no. Why not the guy that tried to do the job after you and then he failed? That's not fair.
Nah, he didn't fail. She failed. But anyway, this Smile movie is apparently exactly like that.
No, don't. Oh God. Okay, never mind then. No, thank you.
So I guess the gist of that is you got to smile at someone, or else the smile stays on your face. I don't know. I don't know anything about this
I don't
movie.
know anything about the movie, just of the trailer.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite? Like, what would your ideal horror movie consist of? Like, I'm curious.
That's a pretty decent question. I am very I like the classic horrors. I like simple horror movies. I mean, The Premise of Salem's Lot is pretty close to what I enjoy, or something like The Thing from '82, where it's like you have set people and you have a small location, not necessarily one location. Could be a small town, could be a building, could be a house, and
Yeah.
something's going on, and they're trapped and having to deal with that. I tend to like that most.
I do gravitate to those. Like, I don't think it's close to it, but I don't even think it's a horror movie, but it was fucking fascinating. This fuck The Village. What? I was just like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Damn, we should did we do a show on the
Right.
Village yet?
I think we did a
Bro, that's
Shyamalan
like
one.
We did a couple of Shyamalan movies. We did Unbreakable. We did Sixth Sense. We did
Signs.
Signs. I don't know if we did The Village yet. Maybe we should bring you in for the Village episode.
like the Sixth Sense. Like I've seen like that's one of the movies I actually watched and watched it. Like I did like it, but like almost like bro, little kids see dead people, bro. I get it, whatever. Like it'd be something if it was like older and like those dead people were like killing people somehow. Like like I get it, they were killing people, but like it's just like okay, well the kid sees dead people, so follow the kid around. Like why don't you just like have it in like a mental asylum where like everybody thinks that dude's doing it, but he's not doing it. He just sees it going down.
That would suck as a movie if there
But
was a killer you're
no,
following, and then all of a sudden it's like, actually,
it's
ghosts have
not.
been killing these people. That sounds miserable. They did that. Actually, you know where they did that? They did
Who
that
did
in
that?
I Know What You Did Last Summer 3. Because they were like,
Really?
but the fisherman died. So clearly someone has to be copycat. You know, it's a copycat killer. And then at the very end, they like pull off his mask and his face is all rotted. And it's like, he's a zombie. It's
Oh,
like,
dude,
fuck, this
that's
fucking
a zombie.
sucks.
That's a,
Why did you even make this?
Like
I
Halloween
don't know.
Ends.
Yes, but I mean, Halloween Ends at least goes along with the idea that Michael Myers is a real guy for a second, and not even like a Jason Voorhees
Nah,
superpowered
boy,
man.
they did him dirt. Like I get it. He's a serial killer and like he does his shit. But like in the fuck what did you say he wound up in the gutters or some shit like that?
He's living in the sewer like Pennywise.
What the like, bro? Like that's what the dude on TikTok was talking about. I'm just saying. Like the dude was like, "You think Pennywise got anything on me? You live in the sewers."
Well, that's
So,
gonna age poorly in about 3 days.
well, I know that now because like he's in the sewers too. So it's just like, what the fuck happened, bro? You was on your shit. Now you're in the sewers.
Well, he's an old, homeless, mentally ill man, so the sewers sounds about right.
I would go up in the woods where he came from. What? How you go from the woods to the sewers?
He wasn't in the woods. Michael Myers was never living in the woods, was he?
Oh
I
no, that
don't
was. Oh my bad. Never mind. But bro, I'm pretty sure he had wood encounters,
I think
bro.
you're thinking of the village still.
No, I'm not thinking. I know who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of Voorhees.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I guess so. He was living by the camp.
Yeah,
He was living in the water. Do
they.
you,
You know,
Kenny? Do you watch any of these Marvel properties? Hans was going on and on at the beginning of the show about
about
Werewolf
what?
by Night.
Jesus. Werewolf by Night. No, thank you. Marvel don't do it for me. Fucking DC don't do it. No, thank you. I don't
What's
do
your
this with
favorite
them.
movie that you've seen this year, Kenny?
My favorite movie. I don't.
This year.
I haven't even seen a movie this year. I'm gonna be dead ass. I was
You haven't
supposed to
seen
take.
any movies?
Nope. I was supposed to take somebody to the movies like a couple weeks ago, and I would have been the first movie, but she bailed on me, and I was just like, "It's
Damn.
life. It's life." But I had a bottle or two, so I was just like, "Okay, whatever. We'll be all right."
That doesn't paint a very optimistic picture, Kenny. You got ghosted on and went to the bottle instead.
Okay, whatever. It's not that bad of a thing.
Well,
It's
hold
not
on.
like
What was the movie you were supposed to see?
I don't even fucking know. We were just gonna go and then see what was on right there, and
You're
then
just
and
gonna
there.
show up at the movies like it's 1976 and you don't even know it's on the marquee?
That was the whole point. If we heard something we'd like, then we'd do it. Then, but if not, then just nothing lame though. No PG-13 shit.
It's
So
all
did it?
PG-13. Go ahead, Hans.
Did they cancel because they were getting like hot flashes or?
No, she stayed in like the top. he stays in like the town that like my address is at in Fall River, and that's like an hour away from where I'm at right
Dames
now.
of Fall River are known to be like that. Hey,
Oof.
Kenny, have you heard about the Try Guys scandal?
I heard a little bit of it, but I'm not 100% familiar with it.
All right,
If
the
you
Try Guys are guys who try things, and I'm using the word guy loosely here. They're very soy, you know. Hans, can we pull up the testosterone graphic? Just put in Try Guys
are we talking
testosterone.
about betas?
They're I mean, who am I
Are
to
we
categorize anyone?
betas
Really?
or like deltas? Because the way you're looking now, the way you're saying it, it's sounding like they're deltas.
It's pretty bad. Kenny, if you can
Is it?
check out, yes, that's exactly it. That's their testosterone levels as well.
Let me see it. Give it 2 seconds.
Who
So
are they? I'm so glad I have no idea who the Try Guys are.
we got Eugene, who's the Asian greaser, at 363 testosterone. Now it says for
For 85
healthy
year old.
testosterone, you want to have 617 total testosterone, 12.3 free testosterone for age 25 to 34. These guys are all, I think, about 34, 35 years old. 35 to 44, you want to be 668. Okay?
These guys were smart, but they were bullied as kids. That's why they got what. That's why they got. That's how they got where they're at. Somebody's pumping testosterone, and other shit's getting too out of there, and like they don't like the aggression. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Am I
yeah.
right?
I mean, I think, yes, that does play a part. I look at
All
them.
right. So who is it? Which one's pumping the testosterone?
The guy with the most testosterone is a gay man named Eugene, and he is Asian.
He's pumping it.
Keith is next up, and he's the one right next to Eugene in the middle. He's a very tall guy, so his testosterone should be pretty high, and yet it is not. Again, his testosterone was only at 259. Zach is next, and this was shocking to me. Zach is the one on the far left here, and he has higher testosterone than the guy on the far right here, Ned, who got kicked out and canceled because he was double dipping on his wife and hooking up with one of his coworkers behind the
Zach.
scenes.
He was hooking up with Zach.
Hold on, time out. This is what throws me off. Wouldn't Ned's shit be more higher than Keith? Like any of that? Since he's
Based off of the look here, I would think that Ned would probably have the highest testosterone, but no, he has the lowest testosterone. This man in drag has the highest testosterone.
Which one's Ned? This one?
Ned is a ginger.
Oh, Jesus.
The
That's
crackhead.
cool.
And Zach, who's got his finger over his mouth, has higher testosterone than Ned. Remarkable. True. Why is Tim Pool over here? What's going on with Tim Pool and the Try Guys?
That's fucking double dipping, bro.
Let's see Tim
all of
Pool's
that, bro.
testosterone test.
what?
Let's see how
Double-
he's doing.
I don't get it. I'm so lost. Wouldn't you need testosterone to be all like, all right, I don't like I'm not satisfied with what my wife's doing. Let me see what my coworker
You would
does.
think that the urge to spread your seed beyond just your family would be indicative of higher testosterone. Maybe things have changed since they took those tests. But Ned is officially, they found out Ned was messing around with some girl, and they acted like he fucking raped this chick and beat her. And they sat down on a couch, and they were like, "We're so disappointed and hurt and betrayed."
What is the show about? Like,
It's about them trying different foods and trying new things, and they're the most flamboyant fellas in town.
So I guess what you're saying is that it was toxic femininity. What happened there? Because he didn't have testosterone to be masculinity.
Very good, Hans. Yes,
I'm
trying.
I'm like, I guess I'll play the stupid kid in class. I still don't get it, bro. Like,
he was fucking a girl, and the girl happened to work for the company. Okay, what are you confused about?
He's the lowest of the motherfuckers. Like, what? And then like, and he just accepted it when they kicked him off.
I guess so. I mean, listen, if I think they all have like 25% partnership in this company. So if they say, you got to go. We're going to buy your 25% or something. They have ways
Did,
to push him out.
did they all cry? Did any of them cry?
Hans, you want to pull up the video right now so Kenny can get a. And I'm
I
assuming
don't
you
want to
haven't
see
seen
the
this
show.
video either.
What
Oh,
is it?
Jesus.
It's Try Guys Explain why Ned was. They're editing him out of future. They shot 20 videos or something like that. They are editing him out of those videos because he fucked around on his wife. Could you imagine the Rat Pack being like, well, you know, Sammy Davis Jr. we caught him kissing, necking some broad he's not married to, and we're all hurt and we're all betrayed, and we don't feel too good about this, but he will no longer be performing alongside us. He will be edited out of Ocean's 11.
Why? Like, why do you feel hurt and betrayed? Who you feel? Are you friends with? Sorry, Hans.
Yeah,
Are you friends with the chick or the guy? Like I don't get the whole. This is so.
They
weird.
don't. I mean, I assume they're friendly enough with the girl, but no. I mean, it makes you wonder if they were even friends, really, to begin with. Let's play a little bit of this video. Just
So
a couple.
this man on the left is the one with the highest testosterone, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
why
let's
he's
play
making
this
the
one.
active choice to look angry right now
One
instead of
second.
disappointed.
Play that shit, Hans. Why am I out of video?
Because you turned
Ned
your video
Fulmer
off.
is no longer working with the Try Guys.
Why?
By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles. We want to give you a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into our decision making.
Tell me
Throughout
about the
this video,
friendship.
there will be things that we want to say or go into further, but as I'm sure you're aware, there are some legal issues we have to consider as we go
Why
through
are they
everything.
just staring straight into the camera?
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior.
Oh.
We reached out to check on that
no.
employee.
Public romantic
Ned
behavior.
confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us, and we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
And thus began a 3-week process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here.
Can we pause this?
Motherfucker, you try things on camera. You try food. It's like everything we stand for is like you try Crystal Pepsi on camera. Like what is
This
Whoa,
dude
why-
probably
why-
takes poppers and gets banged out by like 30 dudes in a fucking hotel room. But that again, kissing some girl.
Doors were
That's-
closed in that hotel room, so you know what? It's private.
Okay, this is what really throws me off about this whole like bro, everything is so sensitive nowadays. Like, okay,
That's what's gonna happen, Kenny. When you get canceled, it's gonna be me, Jerry, and LowRes sitting on the couch, staring into a camera with a very sad
why
look on
would
our
I-
faces,
bro,
like we
I
can't
would be the
believe.
least like, bro.
When Kenny moves into the house of a new 50-year-old woman, we're gonna have to issue this video.
We cannot
geez.
believe that Kenny
why it
dared.
gotta be an older lady that gets me canceled, bro? And why she gotta be 50?
Because you've been breaking so many geriatric hearts lately, Kenny.
50's not old
Who's
enough.
geriatric hearts? What? I don't. What? No, bro. I don't break hearts. I just mind my business. I lay low in the
That's
bitch.
what you say. That's what Ned said too. And look, he's not on that couch.
Okay, well, I'm not breaking geriatric hearts.
Well, look at this guy in the middle. Doesn't he look like a baby in a bathtub when you put the hair up with the
This
shampoo?
First off, the dude on
Is
the
something we
left.
took very seriously.
Pause. The dude on the left, not the Asian. No, the other
That's
left.
the right then, Kenny.
Whatever. I don't give
The
a
other
fuck.
left.
That looks like Hans. That's Hans right there.
What?
Yeah, that would be Hans.
Wow.
You're the one in the middle. You go
Oh,
back
that's
to
worse.
your-
That's
No, that's
much more insulting. How dare you, Kenny?
And as you know,
And
the
that's
Damn, you're going
Jerry,
for the
yeah.
throat.
I'm the foreigner, bro. And like I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be like, I didn't want to cut him off, but Hans and Lowe said we gotta cut fucking Jerry off, and I'm just like, bye, Jerry.
We get rid of Jerry because you're fucking a new 55-year-old?
First off, age is nothing but a number at this point. You're gonna realize that soon. As soon as you need like somebody to take care of your bills and stuff like that.
That person is me, Kenny.
Yeah, as soon as you need someone to pay your bills, you're gonna know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
these
don't know.
guys have really,
65 is the new 35.
they've laid down the law on this Ned fellow who's just running amok with his perversions. All right, well, hey, listen, guys, we got to wrap up the show on that note because I have another call I got to hop onto in 4 minutes.
Oh,
So, Kenny, do you want to promote anything?
No, motherfucker, what I do.
I don't know. Do you want to promote
No.
Instagram? What about
I just
Twitter?
think- No, like I haven't even started that shit back off yet. Not like niggas would listen, anyways.
Wow.
That was your reverse psychology, though. But, no, I'm currently in the process of trying to get an old email address back so I can get like all my old shit back.
So you're plugging your old email address you don't have access to at the moment.
I didn't say I was plugging it. I'm letting you know what's going on.
Is it
now.
kidkong@aol.com?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because
That was your email address, wasn't it?
like 10 years ago.
Oh, you said an old email.
Old email, like an old Gmail account.
Well,
like Gmail,
well, we all wish you the best in obtaining that email address, Kenny.
I ain't even gonna talk crap because then it sounds like I'm threatening Google. So I'll
Okay.
leave it at that.
Yeah, don't do that since
Yeah,
they own
definitely not.
YouTube. Hey, that's been movies for this week. Thank you
What about
for
Hans?
H-word name on Twitter, Hansikin Dogs on Instagram. Hey, that was movies for this week. Thank you for listening.